Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Wade Watches. I'm Wade, and today I'm going to be reviewing Transformers Rise of the Beast, directed by Stephen Cable Jr. and starring Anthony Ramos, Dominique Flashback, and the voice talents of Pete Davidson, Peter Cullen, and Ron Perlman, and also Peter Dinklage as well. We cannot forget him. So getting right into it, I've never really been the biggest fan of the live action Transformers franchise. Michael Bay's crappy, very cringeworthy filmmaking definitely ruined the first five installments. I do kind of enjoy one and three as somewhat like, guilty pleasures because I do like the battle sequences in those particular movies a bit, but there's still those cringeworthy human characters, really poor. I don't know why, but like garbage racial stereotypes. This bizarre pornographic objectification of women. I could go on and on and on, and all of that in Transformers movies. Yeah, those two don't mix, but it was Michael Bay, so I guess they knew what they were going to get. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, yeah, the America military in every Michael Bay movie that's also in there. So not the biggest fan of those movies. One and three are exceptions. However, my attitude changed when I watched the spin-off slash I guess kind of like soft reboot of this live action franchise, Bumblebee, which was better than I expected. Sure, it borrows from Iron Giant and E.T. the Extraterrestrial, even to the point of taking place in the 1980s. But it was touching, it was heartfelt. I actually cared for all of the human characters, and it was surprisingly funny. I laughed a lot. So enjoyable, though nothing special story wise. It's a very enjoyable little, boy and his creature, in this case girl, and her robot movie. And so going into this, I was just hoping for more, like just a little bit more of that, and that's more or less what I got. This is a very enjoyable, solid, typical summer blockbuster action movie, but I enjoy those, and I definitely have a soft spot for giant creatures of any kind, whether they're monsters, robots, aliens punching the crap out of each other, and thankfully that's what I got here. I'm a big Pacific Rim fan, so that's all I really wanted, and that's exactly what I more or less got. And the action sequences involving the Autobots and Decepticons in this movie look better than anything in this franchise. Same can be said for Bumblebee as well. So it looks like they're finally learning. They're trying to absolve themselves of Michael Bay's sins, and it is paying off pretty well. Stories, nothing special. We once again have two human characters who kind of act as like, our eyes, the audience's eyes. They're both struggling, they both have shortcomings, and by going on this quest they can like, maybe prove something to themselves. And I won't give away too many details about that the quest and what they're after, but there's a thing they need to get to save the universe and the world and everything. And that's more or less all you need to know plot wise, because you're here for the same reasons I'm here. I'm sure you're here to see fighting and robots kicking the crap out of each other. And like I said, it looks really, really good. There were no, honestly, and again, to my surprise, there were no noticeable shortcomings or flaws that particularly bugged me in this movie. I'm sure if you wanted to nitpick this movie and say like, oh, this is stupid, this doesn't make sense, why are they doing this when they could do this, you can. But that's like any big studio, big budget blockbuster these days, and nothing outwardly really bothered me about this movie. And I was looking for the characters to be freaking annoying and cringeworthy, especially since this takes place in the 1990s. And isn't Michael Bay still like a producer on this or something? So I was looking, but no, the characters are likable enough. Well, our main guy. He does something that's kind of like, really, man, wow. But they kind of address why in the movie, so I'll let it slide. It didn't make him like wholly this unlikable douchebag, so I'll let it slide. It's cool. Because they do kind of explain why that is. But other than that, I guess another thing that was kind of like, huh, well, I mean, okay, it's not terrible. And they have done it in the previous installments. Maybe a smidge too much human involvement, especially in this case. I can say that in this case because they're introducing I guess I think they're called like the primal bots. That might not be the name. The animal Autobots, the ones that look like animals. You know, like there's a one that looks like a gorilla. There's one that looks like a tiger, saber-tooth tiger or something like that. Them. So I felt like more attention could have been given to like the Autobots interacting with these new guys for the first time, but they're not really around for that much of this movie, though. That's what this movie's been marketed on because it's called Rise of the Beasts. I assume they're talking about them. But yeah, I guess it's decent. And again, like I said, I know you always got to have that human involvement in these types of movies, and it didn't bug me too much. The two human characters, like I said, they're both good. They get the job done, and they didn't annoy the living hell out of me or make me cringe. So let them do their thing, I guess. So yeah, that's really all I have to about to say about Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Story wise, plot wise, nothing special, nothing you haven't seen before. But I actually had a hell of a lot of fun, more than I thought I would with this movie. I had pretty much just given the middle finger to this franchise, but no, man, this was a solid Transformers movie, and though it's not that high of a bar to set. Um, One easily the best in the Transformers franchise thus far. Well, maybe did I think I'll give them around the same rating. I was gonna say maybe Bumblebee's a bit better because I did like kind of like that bond that Holly Steinfeld made with Bumblebee in that movie. But this is, just as enjoyable. I don't know what else to say. Oh, there's also a boy in his car, Bond, here. There always has to be with Noah, the character Noah, and this Autobot called Mirage. So it's not Bumblebee like for the trillionth time. Bumblebee's always bonding with humans, not this time. And I kind of enjoyed it. I thought Mirage was a bit obnoxious at first, a bit like, hey man, I'm cool, kind of trying to like almost kind of trying to be Deadpool. But he grew on me. He grew on me. And it's good that they gave him a different personality than Bumblebee. So yeah. So wrapping it up, I'm going to give Transformers: Rise of the Beasts uh an 8 out of 10, and I was not expecting to rate it this high. Not because and again, that's not for the around breakers. I know 8 out of 10 seems high. I was gonna give it 7 out of 10, but I guess I can compare it to like how I felt about Fast X. I just had a lot of crazy fun with this. I know it's not particularly anything, exceptional. I'm sure that it won't become the next sci-fi classic, but what can I say, man? I had a hell of a lot of fun with it, and sometimes that's why I go to the movies to just have fun and escape and watch, a big budget fun blockbuster. I got that with Fast X, and I got that with Transformers: Rise of the Beast. So again, 8 out of 10 for Transformers: Rise of the Beast. It's fun, and I do recommend you see it before it leaves theaters. So this has been another edition of Wade Watches. I'm Wade, and I will see all of you lovely people next time. Peace.